Part 2, The Golden Cage, 1954 to 1977. Section 1, The Intro, The King of Kings. In the wake of the 1953 coup, the Shah of Iran, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi, didn't just return to power, he became an absolute monarch. With the backing of the White House and the CIA, he set out to turn Iran into the great civilization. For the next 2 decades, Tehran would be the Paris of the Middle East. Miniskirts, American jazz, and massive fighter jet deals defined the era. But while the West saw a modern ally, many Iranians saw a golden cage, a country losing its soul to Westoxification. Today, we look at the era of the Shah's White Revolution, the rise of a voice from the shadows named Khomeini, and the moment the US ignored the warning signs of a coming storm. Section 2, The White Revolution and the American Dream. Modernization at gunpoint. By the early 1960s, the Shah launched the White Revolution. It wasn't a war, it was a series of radical reforms aimed at land redistribution, women's suffrage, and literacy. To Washington, this was a masterpiece of Cold War policy, modernization without communism. The US rewarded the Shah by making him the policeman of the Persian Gulf. Billions of dollars in American weaponry flowed into Iran. The Shah wasn't just a customer, he was a VIP guest at the White House for every president from Eisenhower to Carter. Section 3, The Birth of Resistance, 1963. Enter Ruhollah Khomeini. But reform has its enemies. The traditional clergy and the landed elite felt attacked. In 1963, a stern, elderly cleric in the holy city of Qom began to speak out. His name was Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. Khomeini didn't just attack the Shah's reforms, he attacked his master, the United States. He famously railed against the two capitulations law, which gave American military personnel immunity from Iranian courts. To Khomeini, this was the ultimate humiliation of Iranian sovereignty. After a series of bloody protests, the Shah arrested and eventually exiled Khomeini. It seemed like a victory for the monarchy. In reality, it turned a priest into a political martyr. Section 4, SAVAK and the Price of Progress. The shadow of the secret police. To keep his vision of a modern Iran alive, the Shah created SAVAK, his notorious secret police. Trained by both the CIA and the Israeli Mossad, SAVAK became the symbol of the Shah's paranoia. While the US State Department praised Iran's stability, Amnesty International was reporting a different story: systematic torture and the disappearance of dissidents. The American public was largely unaware, but for the youth in Tehran, the legal was now the one holding the whip. Section 5, The Persepolis Party and the Oil Boom. The beginning of the end. In 1971, the Shah threw the most expensive party in human history to celebrate 2,500 years of the Persian Empire. It cost an estimated $100 million. While world leaders toasted with 1911 Moet, millions of Iranians lived in shanty towns just miles away. Then came 1973. The oil crisis. Suddenly, Iran was flooded with more money than its economy could handle. Inflation skyrocketed. The gap between the ultra-rich elite and the religious poor became a canyon. The Shah was losing touch with his people, but he felt invincible because he had the ultimate friend in Washington. Closing hook. On New Year's Eve, 1977, President Jimmy Carter visited Tehran. He raised a glass and called Iran an island of stability in one of the more troubled areas of the world. It would go down as one of the most inaccurate statements in diplomatic history. Within weeks, the streets of Qom would run red with blood, and the island of stability would begin to sink. And I'll see you in the next episode of Us and Iran Relation in Universe General Knowledge. Subscribe the channel for upcoming video notification.